Sit up nice and tall. You can allow the eyes to close either completely or find a soft gaze to the floor. And just start to move your awareness consciously to the stimulation of the outside world, whatever happened up until this point. Move it to your inside world. So just shifting that awareness. What is yours? Letting go with love of all that is not yours in this moment. Feeling your own breath. Tuning into your sensations. Legs to the earth. Hair on the skin. Body tension or tightness or lightness and openness. Let the breath grow a little fuller, a little more complete. Breathing deeper down into the belly with intention. And letting the belly button melt back towards the spine, exhaling slow and soft. Welcoming another full breath in, full breath out. And bring the hands to the heart center, palm to palm. Sit up even taller with the heart open. Shoulders roll back and melt down. Take a nice big breath in. And a big breath out. And gently bowing down to that spark of light within. Shooting the fingertips straight up towards the ceiling or sky. Open up. And then take those fingertips behind you. Reaching, 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 and down towards the ground. Let the heart lift, let the chin lift, and let the shoulder blades squeeze together. Nice big breath in, big breath out. You're going to reach those fingertips towards the back wall as you lift them up towards the ceiling. And then start to round the spine. Hands come to the knees. It's like a cat-cow, but with active arms. Inhale, open the heart, fingertips go up, reach the arms out, and back. And exhale, reach them all the way up and around, rounding the spine. Move a few more at your own pace. You always extend the movement to cover two parts of the breath, if that feels better for you. Find a rhythm. And next time your hands are on your knees, keep them there, but inhale the heart open and roll the shoulders back. Sitting up nice and tuning into that energy in the spine. Take a nice full breath in, lengthening up. Full breath out, softening. Take those fingers out to the side and just gently drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Nice full breath in and out. You might gently look towards the right elbow, tucking the chin, and then slowly moving the ear towards the shoulder, looking forward. And just moving a couple more times, any organic way that comes to you. Exploring sensation. And then let the ear pause above the shoulder. And go ahead and take the left arm and sweep it around the front and around the side, maybe behind you, face up and down, turning from the shoulder. Feel free to take it a little deeper by reaching behind you and reaching all the way across the midline. The arm up and around. And then go ahead and let the back of the hand rest on the low back or even all the way over towards the right hip, but make sure that left shoulder drops down. You might even take the left shoulder up to the ear and then drop it down to make sure that it's down. And then again, tuck the chin and look towards the right hand. A nice big breath in and out here. Inhale, lift the head up, and exhale, release that left arm. Back through center, take a nice full breath in and out. As you inhale, sit up nice and tall, exhale, melting left ear to left shoulder. Couple breaths here, maybe a little bit of movement if that calls to you. Eventually letting the left ear just melt towards the shoulder, not dropping down too much, and then let the right arm start to lift and explore. Remember that arm can go up and all the way over. And then they can open up. Just play with it, let the palm face up and down, explore a bit. Really tune into the sensations, breathe, be present with your experience. And then eventually let the back of the hand rest on the low back or over to the left hip. And then take that right shoulder and bring it up and then drop it down. And then tuck the chin and look towards the left hand. Take a nice full breath in, full breath out. Inhale, start to lengthen up the spine, lift the head back through center, and exhale, release everything back to your neutral spine. Take a nice big breath in and out. Take the arms out wide, parallel to the floor. Let the palms face up, and then bend the elbows, bring them in towards the ribs, but the back ribs, squeezing shoulder blades together. A nice full breath here. And then reach those fingertips straight out. And we'll take left arm over right. You can give yourself a hug, or you can find eagle arms, whatever feels best to you in this moment. And then with either the elbows, well, we'll all lift our elbows. And if you're in eagle arms, the fingertips will reach straight up towards the ceiling. You might tuck the chin a little bit, let the shoulder blades broaden a bit more. Take a nice full breath into the opening of the sensations. And then start to pull the tummy in, rounding the spine, lowering elbows towards the ankles. And the forearms, if they're in eagle arms, become close to parallel towards the floor. And breathe into the opening in the back body. Nice big breath into the shoulder blades. Big inhale, big exhale. Ground through the legs, pull the tummy in, start to lift the heart, lift the elbows, and keep reaching those elbows up a little more. Take a nice full breath. And then very mindfully unwind. Let's take the hands down by your hips, roll the shoulders back, open the heart. Nice big breath in, big breath out. We'll take the arms up. Turn the palms face up. Gently bend the elbows, bringing them in towards your side ribs, even towards your back ribs a little bit. Squeeze shoulder blades together. Take a nice big breath. And then those fingertips reach out parallel to the floor. And we turn the palms down or forward, it doesn't matter. And we cross right over left this time. So again, either a hug or eagle arms. We'll lift the elbows. If you're in eagle arms, fingertips reach straight up. If you're in a hug, the elbows reach up. Tuck the chin gently and let the shoulder blades broaden. Nice full breath here. And then start to bring the belly button back towards the spine, lowering the elbows towards the ankles, letting the shoulders broaden. If you have eagle arms going on, the forearms come parallel to the floor. If you're in the hug, let the elbows keep reaching towards the ankles. Let the chin tuck, take a nice big breath in, big breath out. Ground through the legs, start to pull the tummy in, lift the heart, reach the fingertips up towards the ceiling or the elbows up towards the ceiling. Nice full breath here. And as you're ready, gently unwind, reach back, squeeze shoulder blades together, fingertips to the floor, open the heart, lift the chin if that feels safe for you. Big breath in, big breath out. Gently come back to neutral. Let the eyes be soft. Feel what you feel. Send some breath, some white light on that breath. To the sensations, to the places that are opening. Fill it with goodness. Go ahead and release the legs forward. Move back a little bit. And just flex the feet. You might find some circles with the ankles. I love this on the video. It's like little windshield wipers with the feet. And they go on the other direction. And then eventually come to stillness, ground down through the heels. Squeeze the inner thighs together, lift up. Let the shoulders float above the hips. Let the head float above the heart. Root down through the hands. Bring a little energy in. So find your inner thighs. Squeeze them towards each other energetically. Tummy in. Crown of the head floats up. Remember your heels are rooted. Energy in the feet. Everything pulling in and up. One more breath here. Just bend your left knee. Bring your foot to the floor. Lengthen up through the spine. I'm just going to take the right hand to the knee. Left arm is going to reach up towards the ceiling. Reach it up towards the sky. Open the heart over to the side. A moment there. And then start to reach the left fingertips as far back towards the back wall as you can. And then let the fingertips touch the ground. Make sure your right foot stays energized. Flex that foot. Lengthen up through the spine. And eventually you might send the gaze to the back wall too, if that feels good today. Let's take a few good breaths here. Big inhale, big exhale. If you notice your left knee is falling out wide, you might start to gently guide it back to center, keeping it in line with the hip. Nice full breath in, full breath out. Do one more big inhale, big exhale right here. On your next inhale, reach those left fingertips to the wall behind you. And then up towards the ceiling and spiral all the way around. And when you get there, go ahead and release that knee down. And take the other leg, straighten it out to the side. Make sure both sitting bones are connected to the earth or your props. Lengthen up, flex that right foot. Open up the heart. Fingertips can start behind you to help tilt the pelvis forward a little bit, getting out of that low back. And then some of you might choose to stay right here. If you do, just stay present and breathe. You can also walk your fingertips a little closer to your hips and just hinge forward a little bit. Letting the tailbone reach to the wall behind you and the length in the spine extending, but let your chin tuck slightly so the back of the neck is neutral. Or take the hands in front of you. Keep that length in the spine. I always love to use the fingertips on the floor and pull the floor towards you, sending the heart forward, the tailbone back. Getting a little deeper into that. All places for different people, but for me, it's the inner thigh, actually. Let's take a nice full breath in and out, and then you might choose to melt in a bit more. I'll offer a little movement of the neck, looking from side to side, making sure you're not holding or gripping or pulling from the neck area. And of course, soften the jaw with the back tooth part, with the lips part, and let all the facial muscles melt. All back in, all back out. Notice if there's gripping in the glutes, try to release them. One more breath here. Bring down through the hands, low tummy pulls in, start to walk the hands in as you lift the head up, taking it forward. Roll the shoulders when you arrive. And we'll lean back. We're just going to switch to the other side. Don't worry, we'll get to that twist in a little bit. Ground through the heel, lift that left foot. Lengthen up through the spine. Let's take those shoulder blades, squeeze them together, open the heart. The shoulders down. And then either hands can come forward a little more and hinge. So I'll just try that, unless you want to stay where you were. Tailbone's reaching further back, heart is reaching forward. Chin is tucked slightly. And then you can choose to take the hands forward or not. Instead of dropping all the way in, let's use those fingertips to pull the floor towards you to create even more length in the spine. So make sure the shoulders are back and down. And then taking a few breaths, you might melt in deeper, you might stay right where you are. Just noticing if the shoulders are rounding up, you can relax them down and let the heart bring some length and space into the torso. And a little movement with the neck, nice here. Inviting a surrender and allowing. I'm going to root down through the hands. Low tummy pulls in as you start to lift yourself up. Roll the shoulders when the head arrives. When you get there, go ahead and bring that straight leg forward and that bent knee up. We'll come back into, actually let's straighten the legs and just find our Dandasana first. Realign everything, right? Pull it all in and up. Take a nice full breath in and out. And the right leg bends. Left hand to the knee. Right arm's going to sweep up with a big breath in. Keep that left foot nice and flex. Reach up towards the ceiling. Open the heart over to the side before reaching that arm. And then reach the arm towards the back wall and down towards the floor. Keep the shoulders rolled back, the heart lifted. A few breaths here, melting into your twist. You don't have to go anywhere. Stay where you are and breathe. Noticing if that right knee is falling out to the side, use the hand to gently pull it into the midline. full breath here. Big inhale, big exhale, finding length and depth. And then your next breath in, lower fingertips reach for the back wall, up towards the ceiling, spiral back around through center, and release that hand down. When you arrive, sit up tall, take a nice full breath in and out. Let's take the right foot, we're going to cross it over to the other side. You're going to bring the heel as close to the outer hip as you can and let the knee drop down. Lengthen up through the spine, sit up nice and tall. Your hand can hold that heel or ankle rather close to the outer hip, if that's helpful. Sometimes it likes to slingshot forward. And then either stay here, we're going to stay here, or you can take that bottom leg and bring it around if that's doable in your body. If it feels too much this morning, please don't feel like you need to. You can get this stretch with the bottom leg straight. So if you bring that other leg under, we want to make sure both sitting bones are on the floor. That's important. We don't want to be hanging out on one bone. So if both sitting bones can't be on the floor, you can try pulling the flesh out from underneath, see if that helps. Just keep that bottom leg straight. Wherever you are, lengthen up through the spine. Hands can be on the ankles to help hold them back from ricocheting forward. Or if this feels really comfortable to you and you want more, take the feet out to the side and forward. Just kind of walk them forward. That's going to get you in deeper. I'm not going there this morning. This is plenty for me. So again, hands can go behind you. You can lift the heart, come up and out of the hips. Or if you'd like, you can take the hands forward and start to melt forward. Whether that bottom leg is straight or bent, top. What you do on top is the same. So all the sensations that you feel, as long as it's not moving to a place of pain. Let's take a few more breaths. You can always unwind if this doesn't feel right in your body. Full breath in, full breath out. And rooting down through the hands. If you lunge forward, start to lift yourself up. You take the hands behind you to gently release the legs. Take them wide as the mat or wider, and just windshield length. You might let the knees drop down to the right and swing that left arm all the way around, look behind you. And then come back around, knees up and over to the left, and the right arm swings around, look behind you. And then back up and through center, and back into Dandasana. Nice full breath in, full breath out. You've got to get the other side in, so let's bend the left knee and we'll cross that leg over the top. Feel the thighs, pull that heel close to the outer edge of the hip. Either stay there or lean back and pull the bottom leg in. Again, make sure both sitting bones are on the ground. Lengthen up through the spine. Okay. Feel free to stay right there, or fingertips can go behind you to lift up and out of the hips a little bit. And of course, you can take the hands forward. Whether the leg is straight or bent, you do you. And breathe where you're at. Invite some release, some gripping, letting go of the gripping. Don't invite the gripping. Invite the release. Use your breath. Let go a little bit. Full breath in, full breath out. Begin to root the hands down, pull the tummy in, lift up if you fold it forward. Roll the shoulders. Gently release the legs, help them unwind if they need help. Make them wide again, a little windshield wiper. We'll take soles of the feet together, bring the heels in as close as they will go today, but pull the flesh out from underneath so that pelvis is tilted forward again. You can take the hands to the ankles, roll the shoulders back, open the heart, let the knees surrender to gravity. If you feel more comfortable with your hands behind you, that's another option. Just keep those shoulder blades squeezing towards each other and lifting up and out of the pelvis. We'll take a couple unhurried breaths here, letting knees surrender. One more breath in, one more breath out. The hands to the knees, help those knees together. You might give yourself a nice little hug, a tight squeeze. And gently make your way up into tabletop. Move yourself around, patting the knees if you'd like. Spread the fingers wide. We'll move through a little moving cat-cow. So inhale, open the heart, shoulders go back. As you exhale, round the spine. Feel free to stay in traditional cat-cow or pull those hips back towards the heels, opening up. And then elbows ground down as you scoop the heart forward. Inhale. Exhale, round it off. Hips. Scoop forward. Just keep going with your rhythm. Last one, and you will all meet in tabletop as you are ready. When you arrive, and take the left arm out to the side, up towards the ceiling, ground down through the right arm. Left arm reaches either to the side wall or to the ceiling. And then we're going to thread the needle, but we're not going to collapse. So reach the fingertips to the wall over to your right. And then inhale, lift the fingertips up towards the wall to the left or the ceiling. Go ahead one more time like that. We'll reach those left fingertips to the wall to the right. And then unwind, reach it up to the ceiling. And last one, we will release the shoulder to the floor. And let the right fingertips press into the floor, opening up that right shoulder. Nice full breath here. Feel free to stay just like this, or if you want to take the right leg out to the side like a kickstand, the pinky toes sealed down, feel free to do that. And of course, those right fingertips can crawl to the very top of the mat, even the top left corner of the mat. Keep that right shoulder open wherever you are. Nice full breath. Let's gently release the right hand in front of the face. If the leg is out, bring it in. Ground through the right hand, left arm is going to unwind all the way out to the side of that. And then release back to your tabletop for 2 cat-cows. Little realignment comes in. And inhale to neutral spine. As you arrive, let's take the right arm out to the side, maybe up towards the ceiling. And then thread the needle, but don't collapse. Just reach for the wall to the left. Inhale, open up, unwinding. And exhale, reach for the wall to the left. And inhale, open up, unwind. And this time, right arm releases to the floor. Get yourself settled in here. Fingertips can extend forward. Keep that left shoulder rolling open. And maybe the left leg comes out to the side. Let's bring the left hand in front of the face. If the leg's out, bring it in. Ground down, unwind. Sweep that right arm all the way out. And come back to your tabletop. Maybe a cat-cow, if that feels good. We'll all meet in child's pose. Feel free to go immediately or take a few rounds before going in there. Let the knees come wide, let the hips melt back towards the heels. Let the forehead melt towards the earth. Nice full breath here. Big inhale, big exhale. Walk the fingers over to the right a little bit. Reach out the left hand. You can even bend the right elbow and rest your head on the forearm. Breathe into the left side body. Make your way back through center and over to the other side. Walking the right fingertips further away, maybe bending the left arm and resting the head. And then gently come back through center. Ground through the hands. Start to shift yourself back up into your tabletop. Walk your hands forward a little bit. Shift shoulders over wrists. Pull the low tummy in. Press up behind the heart, up towards the ceiling. Pull that tummy in, curl the toes, straighten the legs, plank. You always keep the knees down. Another breath here. Press the earth away. And send the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Take some time to walk your dog. Pull shoulders out of the ears. Be present with your downward dog experience for today, for this moment. Let the chin have a little tuck so the back of the neck goes long. Take another breath here. Inhale, come forward into plank. Lower the knees, lower all the way down to the earth. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, release. Again, baby cobra. Heart lifts, shoulders and elbows back. You can always lift a little higher. And release. One more. Inhale, baby cobra. This time you might lift the fingertips off the ground. Really take those elbows and shoulders back, tuck the chin a little bit. Another breath. Releasing hands to the earth, forehead to the earth or cheek to the earth. Take a nice full breath in and out. Curl the toes, press all the way up into plank. And press back, downward facing dog. Extend the left leg behind you. And step that left leg all the way forward. Of course, help it forward if it needs it. Give yourself a chance to get settled into your lunge. Great place to use blocks. Taking you up and out. Giving you more space. And then maybe wiggle the hips to drop in a little deeper, maybe. Nice full breath here. Take the block under the right hand to the lowest setting. Keep inner thighs squeezing towards each other. Keep that left foot completely rooted to the ground. And that left arm is going to lift. Little twist. Nice full breath here. Fingertips of the left hand reach for the wall behind you. The palm is facing the same direction as your heart. Another breath. Release that hand down by your foot. Both hands to the earth. And we step it back, plank. Squeeze to the middle line and plank. Move through vinyasa if you choose to. All knee and downward facing dog. When you arrive, extend your right leg behind you and step it forward. Take your hands to your blocks. Give yourself a little more space. Wiggle the hips to melt in. Nice full breath here. Release the left block to the low setting. Left hand grounds down. Really root down through the right foot. And then the right arm floats up, little twist. Good. Make sure that right knee is not falling out to the right. We want to root down through the big toe. Or the big toe mound, really. Another breath. Let the right fingertips reach for the wall behind you. Palm is facing the same direction as your heart, shoulders opening. And then we spiral it down to the ground. Move your blocks. Ground down, step back, plank. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Vinyasa or no vinyasa. As you arrive, please extend your left leg behind you. Knee to right elbow. Try to tap it, squeeze, press up behind the heart. And then left leg goes back, three-legged dog. Then we step it all the way forward. Ground down, maybe take some space from left to right and float up. High lunge. As you settle into your high lunge, let the fingertips reach behind you, open the heart. While the fingertips reach for the floor behind you, squeeze shoulder blades together, maybe send your gaze skyward. Nice full breath here. And then we hinge forward, reach those fingertips to the front. Torso is parallel to the floor, left leg is nice and strong. And then release the hands down. We're going to step the right leg forward, forward fold. Give the head a little shake to release the neck. You might clasp elbows if that feels good. Just take a couple breaths here. Ground through the legs. Release the hands. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. And reverse swan dive all the way up. And hands to the heart. Taking a moment there. Find your breath. Your feet on the earth. We'll bend over the knees. Inhale, scoop the arms up. Exhale, right through center, forward fold. Step back with the right leg. Now, ground through the hands. This might sound a little confusing, so take it slow. We're going to take the left ankle in front of the right thigh. It's going to be like figure 4. The left ankle, right thigh, and press the hips back like down dog. Nice full breath. Okay. Shift forward into plank, left knee to nose. Squeeze. And then step it back. Downward facing dog, both feet on the floor. You've got a vinyasa or child's pose. Wherever you landed, nice full breath in and out. Good. Once you make your way to down dog, if you're in child's pose, make your way back up there. And we extend the right leg behind. Right knee to left elbow. Shoulders over wrist. Pull in and up. Send that right leg straight back, three-legged dog. Step it all the way forward. Help it forward if it needs it. And ground down. Find your roots. Float up. High lunge. Make sure those front toes aren't burning. Settle in. Find your drishti. Either stay here or float the fingertips back. Open the heart. Send the gaze skyward. Nice full breath. And then we take those fingertips forward. Hinge forward. Right hip pulls back. Right leg is strong here. Torso's nice and long. Yeah. And then release those hands down to the ground. You step the left leg forward, forward fold. Hang out here for a moment, let the tailbone float up. Maybe you clasp elbows again, maybe the opposite clasp, the uncomfortable way. Nice full breath in and out. Breathing down through the feet, release the clasp of the arms. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Reverse swan dive, all the way up. Bring the hands to heart center and connect to your center. Feel your breath, find the spaciousness, stillness. We'll bend in the knees, bring it, inhale, flip those fingertips up. Exhale, right through center, forward fold. Stepping back with the left leg. Yeah. Once you get there, ground through the hands. Right foot or heel or ankle rather is going over the left thigh above the knee. And then press the hips back like down dog. So figure four down dog. Nice full breath here. Okay. Begin to bring that knee towards the nose, shifting forward. Plank, knee to nose. And then send that leg straight back, downward facing dog. Come forward into plank. We'll all lower down to the earth. With the palms face down, bring the fingertips towards the toes. So the hands are near your hips here. Gaze is down towards the ground. Inhale, lift the head, the heart. Take those shoulders, roll them up and back, and walk the fingertips towards the toes a little more. Round through the feet and the pelvis. Nice full breath here. Exhale, release. This time, we'll lift the head, the heart, the shoulders. Maybe the fingers come off of the ground. Maybe the legs come off of the ground. Nice full breath here. Let the chin tuck slightly. Good. And gently release. Go ahead and stack the arms, rest on one cheek. Nice full breath in, full breath out. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Curl the toes. Press all the way up into your downward facing dog. And we'll extend the left leg behind. Step the left foot forward. And we take that right foot. We're going to step it forward and out just a little bit. Let the heel draw down to the floor. Right toes are pointing to the outer front right corner of the mat. Squeeze inner thighs together, float up, warrior one. As you arrive here, we'll take right arm over left for eagle arms. Again, you can give yourself a hug, right arm over left. If you find eagle arms, work the right pinky towards the front of your mat or the wall in front of you. Lift the pinky or lift the elbows rather. Drop the shoulders, tuck the belly in. Another breath here. Feel free to stay like this or start to take the elbows towards the inside of that left knee. If you're in eagle arms, the forearms become parallel to the floor, or you can drop them down. Your gaze can be towards the big toe of the left foot or behind you. Effort and ease, stability, breath. Got this. Ground down, lift all the way up. Release the arms up to the sky. Then we're going to open up for warrior two, so adjust the back foot. Take a moment to settle in here. Nice full breath in, full breath out. Yeah. Here, we're going to keep the legs in warrior two. You're going to clasp the hands behind you. Open the shoulders. Squeeze shoulder blades together. Maybe knuckles go down. Open the heart. Be mindful of that front knee, trying to keep it in line above the ankle. And hinge forward. Sort of like a mix of warrior two and humble warrior, if you will. Be mindful of the legs. Keep them strong. Another breath. Ground down, lift up. Release the arms. And cartwheel down. Step it all the way back. Move to plank. Move through vinyasa or don't. Child's pose or down dog. All are welcome. We'll take a few breaths. When you make your way into your down dog, extend your right leg behind you. Step it all the way forward. Help it forward if it needs it. Take that back foot, step it forward and out a little bit for warrior one legs. Ground down, make your way up. Breathe into the stability of the legs, the lightness of the heart. Take those arms wide. The left arm over right, either eagle arms or give yourself a hug. Lift the elbows. Remember that back heel is down, but the hips are squared towards the front. Nice full breath here. Hold the left pinky edge of the hand. And wrap it around towards the front. And then if you'd like, you could stay there or start to hinge forward. Elbows come to the inside of that right knee. And maybe the forearms go down towards the floor, fingers towards the toes, or towards the floor rather. Gaze can be forward or back. Another breath. Inhale, lift it up. Unwind the arms, big breath in. And exhale, we open up for warrior two on the other side. Nice full breath here, take up some space. And clasp the hands at the low back, maybe the uncomfortable clasp. Roll the shoulders back, open the heart. Feel free to stay right here. Or start to hinge forward. So you're hinging to the side, not to the front. But try to keep that right knee above the ankle. So you have to keep the integrity in the bottom half of the body. Don't lock the back knee. Take another breath. Ground down, lift up. Release the arms. Nice full breath here. Cartwheel down. Step it back. Vinyasa or no vinyasa. Take your time to move through whatever feels good to you. I'm going to take the knees down to the ground. Uncurl the toes. You can sit on the heels, or you can take a block between the heels. It won't be here too long. Just come back to center. Take a nice full breath in and out. We're going to come into something that I don't teach too often, especially online. So listen carefully and be very mindful, okay? Called a rabbit pose. You may have done it before. I have taught it before, but it's been a little while and you may have done it in other classes. So what we'll do is we start sitting on the heels. And then you're going to come forward. You're going to put the top of the head towards the floor. So tuck the chin gently. But we're not putting all our weight on our head, okay? So be mindful of the neck here. I'll have to come in and out because otherwise you won't hear me when I'm tucked under, but I'm going to show you. Tuck the chin, head goes under. The hips are going to lift up a little bit. And then the hands are going to come to the ankles. We're going to do fingertips in. So you kind of roll the shoulders. The fingertips are on the inside of the feet. And if you can't reach the feet, you can always grab anywhere along the leg as well, okay? So once you have that hold, you're going to take your head down with the chin tucked. Again, don't put a ton of weight on the head, but then you're going to lift two movements. Lift the hips up and take the elbows wide. So it's almost like you're trying to pull your legs apart, but it's really stretching the shoulder blades. So tuck the chin, head down, hips up, elbows pull out. As the hips go up and the elbows go out, you're gently rolling towards the top of the head. Again, none of that's kind of pressure on the head. We're just opening up the back of the neck, shoulder blades, abs. Take a breath or two there. As you feel ready, when you feel ready, slowly come up one vertebra at a time. Keep the eyes closed. Let the head float up slowly. And connect to your breath. And then just let the knees go wide and come down into child's pose. Feel free to take the hands by your heels if that feels better for you, and even rest on one cheek. Let's find a nice full breath in and out. In your own time, make your way up into downward facing dog. Really tuning into the length from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Let the hips reach up and back. Roll the shoulders out of the ears, creating space around the neck. Be in your down dog like you've never done one before. Be curious. Look things around. Check things out. Another full breath here. Begin to look forward towards the top of your mat. Walk the feet forward. Come into a forward fold. You might clasp elbows here. Tailbone draws up as the head releases down. Let the arms go. A little bend in the knees, strong legs. Reverse swan dive. Low tummy pulls in. Lengthen up. And bring the hands to the heart. Release your hands by your side. Take a moment. You feel dizzy at all. The eyes open. A few grounding breaths. One feet on the earth. And bring the hands together at heart center. Ground down through the right leg. And take the sole of the foot, or the heel of the foot, of the left foot, and lift it up. I'll be mirroring you. Sole of the foot to the inner ankle. Knee goes to the outside. Tummy pulls in, roots in the right foot, grounding you down. Feel free to stay there or bring the foot to the inner calf or up to the inner thigh. But we avoid the knee, so wherever you land, just be there. Make sure it's not on the knee. Work the knee, the outer knee, to the outside. And then options for the arms. Either keep them where they are, you might stretch them up. You might clasp them behind you, squeeze shoulder blades together, open the heart. You might find elbows in, palms up. And of course, there's cactus arms. All sorts of options. So whatever you choose, it's not my way or the highway. Breathe. Another breath. Wherever you are, bring your hands to your heart. Bring that knee forward and very intentionally step out. Good. Release the arms. Take a nice full breath in and out, coming back to center. Feel both feet underneath you. Hands to the heart. Ground down through the left leg. Lift the right heel. Remember that left knee is not locked, so let there be a little bend. So we'll lift it to the inner ankle. Find your drishti. Maybe that foot comes up to the inner calf. Maybe it comes up to the inner thigh. Once you find that stability, find a new expression with the arms, whatever that is for you today. Play with it. Different expressions are always welcome. Trees in the wind are always welcome. Let's full breath. Let's not forget to smile. Engaged, strong, rooted. Beautiful. Wherever you are, bringing your hands to your heart. Bring the knee forward. You're still in it. Step out mindfully. Roll the shoulders. Nice big breath in. And a big breath out. Stretch the arms all the way up. Clasp your hands. Reach them to the sky. Up and over to the right. Ground down through the left leg. Nice long. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, other side. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, we're going to sit back into chair. Reach the arms behind you. Palms face down, squeeze shoulder blades together, tummy in, like you're skiing. Another breath. Inhale, another exhale. Maybe you sit a little deeper. Ground down, lift up. And swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway and roll the shoulders back. Exhale, forward fold. Begin to bend the knees all the way down to the ground. Good. As you arrive down to the ground, go ahead and roll down slowly. You might take a block with you. You can put it between the legs. Use your core, or come down as fast as possible. We'll meet there in a few moments. When you get down to the ground, there's no rush. Let the knees be bent. Let the shoulder blades melt to the floor. Nice full breath in and out. Now I'll roll onto our right side. Bring the knees hip height. The legs are at 90 degrees. The shoulders are stacked. You might get a little pillow or a block to put under your head. Just keep the neck neutral. You won't keep it there forever, but having something there will make your neck a little happier. Let the fingertips point in the same direction your heart is pointing. Stack your hands one on top of the other. You're going to take the left hand and we're going to open it like a book up towards the ceiling. Keep the knees and thighs glued together here. Just open up the top half of the body and reach those fingertips to the wall behind you. Keep the knees and thighs glued together. And then go ahead and close the book. Do that one more time. Open the book. Keep those knees and thighs glued together. And close the book. Okay. And this time we're going to take that left hand. It's going to be like drawing a rainbow over the head. And as you roll, as you move the rainbow, start to roll onto your back. You're going to move that block or blanket or pillow from under your head so the head can lay flat. And then let the arms stretch long from left to right. And let that left arm settle to the floor for a twist. And of course, your knees and thighs can unglue and just let yourself soften here. Take a few breaths into the spiral in the spine. You can always put something between the knees if that supports the hips or the low back. Nice full breath in, full breath out. And gently pull the tummy in. Let's bring the knees back up through center. You might be a little crooked on your mat. That's okay. Just find a little rock and roll, realigning that back body. And then as you feel ready, bring yourself over onto your left side. Knees are stacked in line with the hips, and the ankles are in line with the knees. Make sure you have a little something under your head, keep that neck happy. Shoulders are stacked, palms are stacked. Fingertips are reaching the same direction your heart is. As you feel ready, keeping the knees and thighs glued together, right arm reaches up towards the ceiling and back towards the wall behind you. And then you close the book. Remember, we try to keep those hips on top of each other and not let them open. Go ahead and open the arms. And closing that book. And you'll be releasing the head to the floor, so be careful here. The right arm's going to move like a rainbow. You're drawing over the head. Release the head to the floor. Stretch that arm out to the right. As the other arm stretches out to the left. And release the glued knees and thighs. Letting your hips open a little bit. And just let yourself settle into your twist. Adjust things. Make yourself comfortable here. And a few more breaths. Yeah. Nice big inhale, and as you exhale, bring the knees up to the center. Whatever way you're facing, just do a little rock and roll on the back body, realigning. And then placing the feet to the floor, knees bent, hands down by your sides. We'll move through some moving bridge here. As you ground through the feet, lift the hips. If you'd like to take the arms up and over, you can reach them up behind you. And then as you exhale, hands come down as the hips come down, one vertebra at a time. As you inhale and lift your glutes to give you more stability. Rounding down, inner thighs, squeezing towards each other, arms reach up and over. And then exhale, use some core strength to lower down so the hips and hands lower at the same time. Keep going with that, moving through just a couple more. Just make them yours. No rush, but next time your hands are by your hips, pause there, take a belly breath, big inhale, big exhale. Bring your left knee into the chest, grab hold of it with the hands. Right leg can go long if that feels good. Feel free to stay just like that or bring the heart up towards the knee. Gently release the head and heart down. Right knee comes in, grab hold of it, left leg goes long. Feel free to stay there or bring the heart in towards the knee. Good. And then gently release back. Bring both knees into the chest. We'll take a little moment and happy baby. Grab the outer edges of the feet or the legs or the back of the thighs. Breathe, roll around again. Take a moment and center. 2 full breaths. And gently bringing the soles of the feet towards each other. Help the knees towards each other. Give yourself a nice tight squeeze, a little hug. Give yourself a little love. Gently find your way into Shavasana. Of course, if there's any postures your body's craving before Shavasana, feel free to give that to yourself. As you let the legs grow long, let the feet flap out, palms face up, if that feels comfortable in your body. Of course, any props are welcome. Letting go of the doing, receiving the being. Local awareness in the body, breath in this moment. Choose to expand the awareness into the space you're in. You choose to welcome some movement. Bring yourself more into the space you're in. Wiggling fingers and toes, and wrists and ankles. Doing what you can to keep your awareness inside. You stretch and deepen the breath, feeling the life force. Eventually finding a nice big stretch, maybe rolling yourself over to one side. When you arrive there, just take a breath, let yourself be held, remind yourself you're supported. Just move forward with your day from this place of spaciousness, stillness, connection. Choose to share it with others by staying more connected to yourself. Gently press yourself all the way up to a seat. Feel into some more length in your spine. Feel the body in this moment. Feel yourself, your energy. Feel the body connected to the earth. With moments throughout your day to check in just like this. And breathe. Bring the hands together and take a breath together. Nice full breath in, down deep into the belly. Nice full breath out. And deeper into yourself. Knowing from that place, you can share this goodness with others. And bow down, acknowledging the grace and the wisdom that lives within each and every one of us. Namaste. Thank you